And again, there's always like a couple of seconds where I'm not quite sure whether we're live yet or not, but I'm assuming we are. So happy Wonder Wednesday, everyone here at Floxies community. We hope you're doing well and you're safe wherever in the world you're joining us from. And if this is your first time here, we're an international community for women in UX UI design and Webflow development. And we gather every Wednesday into what we like to call our Wonder Wednesdays, inviting influential speakers from either the design or the Webflow space. And so we get together into this cute little metaverse that I'm about to show you. And so here you can see all the Floxies already sat on their chairs in our auditorium. And you can see our special guest today. Oh, see, they're giving you a wave because we're very polite and welcoming in this community. Hi, everyone. Great to see you all here. And we have our special guest today, Angelina Severino. Hi, Angelina.
Hi, Claudia. Hi. Thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. So great to have you here. You have like 15 years of experience in the industry. And I knew that when you accepted to be a speaker, so many people in the field were so excited to see the event. And so I'm grateful to have you here. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your background before we dive into our topic today? Which, by the way, I'm so happy that you chose to talk about brand design because especially here in this community of designers, we spend most of our time designing things for others, and we often neglect designing our own brand identity. And so I'm so happy that you're here just to give us a presentation and some tips on how to really leverage who we are and what we do. But yes, before we get started, tell us a little bit more about yourself and your experience.
So yes, again, thank you so much for such warm welcome. I'm really, really happy and honored to be here today. Floxies, you are absolutely the best. I've never seen or experienced such a supportive design community where people are at all times eager to help each other with whatever issue arises. Thank you for making me part of you recently, and I'm very, very excited to see what the future brings for all of us. So let me start with introducing myself in a way that already connects us to the topic I'm presenting today, which is how to boost your design career with personal branding and how not to be afraid of all your talents. So hi again, I am Angelina Severino, brand and product design lead at Genji. It is an innovative IoT SaaS company focused on wireless networking, internet access control, working from home, and smart home automation. At Genji, I lead the brand visual strategy, iOS and Android mobile app design, website design, and the creation of app marketing and social media materials. I'm also introducing my past a little bit, where I'm coming from. I'm also an art director and advertising professional. I grew from a graphic designer at international agency called Starcom to art director at TBWA and DTB. Like for more than 10 years, I was responsible for the visual communication and creative direction of advertising campaigns for clients like Coca-Cola, Nestlé, Finlandia, Yamaha, and so on, big names, across various media channels, including print, digital, and video. I am also a public speaker, as I'm sure you've already noticed today. I spoke at the Be More Festival by DP List, at the What If Summit by Tech Circus, and at the World Usability Day by Amsterdam UX, among others. I am also a mentor at Women in Tech and ADP List, where I offer guidance and support to fellow designers looking to enhance their skills, advance their careers, and establish meaningful connections within the industry. It's a bit of a long introduction, but believe me, it all makes sense because it's really to do with the topic that we're discussing today.
I love this because we have to really look and elevate our backgrounds because that's that's what makes who we are today. So thank you for sharing your
Absolutely. I'm
story.
kind of setting an example here at the moment.
You're laying the ground.
Yeah. Also, I'm part of Diverse Leaders in Tech Netherlands, a community of tech leaders whose goal is to set the standards for diversity, equity, and inclusion excellence in European tech. I'm also a visual artist. I create art posters inspired by graphic design and typography. My project called Posters has become part of Graphic Editions, a curated collection of the world's most exciting graphic designers, illustrators, and typographers. And my project is also a member of People of Print, which is the world's largest online directory of independent designers working with print. I'm also an entrepreneur. I'm developing my startup called G-Clay Club. It is a service that offers the highest museum quality printing for artists. And I'm also a mother of 3 daughters, which inevitably keeps me and my husband extra busy on top of all our other activities. And of course, they make us very happy as well. I'm also an advocate for ketogenic diet, and I'm a big lover of yoga. And also I love fashion. So obviously, at some point, I was faced with a problem. Considering all the different facets of my personality, how do I present myself to the world without confusing the hell out of people with the range of my activities? After some hours of torturing the internet and ChatGPT, I found a lot of cool information about multi-passionate people, who I obviously am. And I learned about a portfolio career, which is a work-life structure where an individual engages in multiple diverse income-generating activities simultaneously, often combining part-time jobs, freelancing, consulting, and other professional activities. But the answer to my question of how to present myself to the world in one clear way was personal branding, which is, in short, defining and promoting your unique qualities, skills, values, and personality to build a strong and recognizable identity. So, where do I start? What is the way to combine my tech side, design side, art, and lifestyle sides in one wholesome image? By the way, it's one of the most common questions from my mentees as well. As a UX designer, do I showcase my visual skills in my portfolio? Or as a visual designer, do I present wireframes and user research? First of all, let's dive a little bit deeper into some common misconceptions about personal branding. It's kind of very important to acknowledge them before we move forward, because we need to get rid of any doubts that we should that we should go for it at all. So, first of all, your set of skills. For example, what is the most popular advice we as designers get? You need to narrow your skill set down to better fit job descriptions, right? Anybody heard that? Please just react with some emojis. I'm sure, I'm like 100% sure that many of us heard that. Make a decision. What you are as a designer. Are you UX? Are you visual, graphic, or animation designer? If you put too many skills on your CV, it's gonna confuse the hiring manager and you're not gonna be selected for an interview. Yeah, ever heard anything like this? I definitely did. And I hear it from my mentees that many mentors tell them that they should do that. So here is the thing. Yes, to find a job faster and usually not with the best salary and usually without any exciting growth opportunities, you should choose your one main skill, tailor your portfolio to it, and apply only for the jobs that strictly match your profile. Also, I mean, like, no judgment. If you really are that good at this one thing, there is like also plenty of opportunities to promote yourself as an expert in a certain field. And I think we should look at the difference between being an expert and somebody who is building a personal brand. So an expert, their focus would be the primary emphasis on deep knowledge, skills, and proficiency in a particular field. An expert is recognized for their specialized, in-depth understanding of a subject or industry. In their presentation, what they do, while an expert may also have a personal brand, the main recognition for them comes from their professional knowledge and achievements. Their expertise is typically demonstrated through qualifications, experience, track record of success in a specific domain. While when you're developing a personal brand, your focus would be the emphasis would be on creating a unique and memorable identity that encompasses not only expertise but also personal values, your personality, and the overall image this individual wants to project. In terms of the presentation, this person with a strong personal brand may showcase a combination of skills, experiences, and values to differentiate themselves in a competitive landscape. Their branding extends beyond their expertise to encompass a wholesome, like a holistic image that resonates with a specific audience as well. This is very important. Of course, you need to know your audience when you're building a brand. If you're engaged in any activities and expressions outside of your main occupation, you're not considered professional and serious about your main job. That is another misconception that I would like to discuss today. So I think, yeah, it's one of my favorite misconceptions because I suffered from it big time myself. And it's also the main fear my mentees share with me when building their CVs and portfolios. I couldn't understand how people in the art world, for example, would ever consider me seriously as an artist if I have a full-time job as a designer in tech. So how do I share my art project also on social media if my boss and my colleagues might see it as well and think I'm not being serious about my job? Yeah, I must say it's a very tricky misconception because it's totally true that many people still think that we're supposed to do something like we are supposed to have a decided career path set in stone. Otherwise, you're not considered to be dependable and professional. So again, there is nothing wrong with pursuing an expert career path. Then there are no worries about this issue. At the same time, for many people, it seems to be a limiting experience. Many of my mentees share a feeling of suffocation and of seeing no future in their profession because they're only supposed to do only this or only that without any alternation or change. And many people in my experience long for exploring all the corners of their personalities, and they want to be able to present the full version of themselves to the world. So another misconception, I have no story to tell. I'm boring, I'm not special, nobody will ever engage with my content. We're so very used to underestimating ourselves. I haven't achieved much in life career. I'm not important, famous enough to build my personal brand. Personal brand is only for influencers. I don't know what my brand purpose and values are. So to address this misconception, I would like to say, we really all should remember that nobody was born an influencer. Every successful person you see on LinkedIn or Instagram has built their online presence from zero. It's an unavoidable fact. And to address the fear that your content might be boring for people, well, there are plenty of available options. For example, you can research your target audience, understand what content they like and react to, find your influencer inspiration, and recreate their content in your style. Thankfully, by now, there are already very many good examples or references out there to take inspiration from. And there are many more misconceptions that are stopping us from investing time and effort into building our personal brand. For example, I'm not a branding professional. How can I build a brand out of myself? I don't feel like exposing myself. I'm afraid of receiving negativity. Why exactly do I need it? I don't have time for it. It's too expensive. And many, many more excuses we create for ourselves to justify inaction, because action is scary, action is unpredictable, nobody knows where it's going to take you. And many of us don't even acknowledge that we might have fear of success, for example. It's ultimately much safer to be unknown than being constantly exposed, interviewed, asked questions, photographed. Building a personal brand definitely requires getting out of the comfort zone, and this is for sure. The sad outcome of our fears and blocking thoughts could be being stuck in your career, hiding your true personality, hiding behind the screenshots of your work, and thus receiving only the opportunities that only tightly match your profile and professional description. But maybe you already want more, or maybe you want something completely different. What I believe personal branding does, and why I think it's 100% worth the time and effort investment, it promotes the idea that all our experiences contribute to our overall success in any field. Personal branding recognizes the value of each unique experience as a building block in creating a faceted and compelling professional identity. It goes beyond a mere listing of skills and achievements to weave a narrative that incorporates the diverse aspects of our journey. A well-crafted personal brand acknowledges that success is not just about technical expertise or a linear career path. It embraces the richness of our experiences, including challenges, setbacks, and personal growth. Every role, project, and interaction becomes a part of the narrative, shaping not only what we do, but who we are in the professional realm. In personal branding, authenticity becomes a cornerstone. It's not just about projecting an idealized version of success. Rather, it's about embracing the authenticity of our journey. It creates a deeper connection with our audience, ensuring trust and relatability. Whether it's overcoming obstacles, acquiring new skills, or navigating career challenges, personal branding recognizes the whole mosaic of experiences that contribute to our uniqueness. The ability to convey these experiences effectively is a key skill that allows individuals to stand out in a crowded landscape and resonate with their target audience. I will be just bringing up some arguments to justify and promote, of course, the idea of creating personal branding. So one of them is a simple fact, and it's really a fact. I know it from 10 plus years in advertising, is that unique sells better than good or regular or good enough, another one. Our world is so full of information and choices, so having a truly unique personal brand attracts connections and opportunities like a magnet. It creates a story that people want to be involved in, they want to share and actively engage with. While something ordinary might get overlooked in the crowd, being genuinely unique captures attention and leaves a lasting impression on those who come across it. Moreover, the idea of unique extends beyond just professional skills. It encompasses your personal narrative, your story, your passions, and the authentic blend of qualities that make you who you are. Embracing this uniqueness not only sets you apart, but also helps create a sense of authenticity that resonates with your chosen target audience. Any special achievements and talents can be mixed together to create your own unique market value proposition. And it's not just about showcasing individual achievements, it's about strategically combining them to showcase a comprehensive value package. Your special talents, coupled with noteworthy achievements, contribute to a personalized narrative that communicates the specific benefits you bring to the table. This tailored market value proposition becomes your signature in professional interactions, interviews, networking. It communicates not only that you've accomplished what you've accomplished, but how your unique set of skills can address the needs and challenges of your target audience. Moreover, the process of combining achievements and talents is dynamic. As your skills evolve and you attain new accomplishments, your market value proposition adapts accordingly. It's a continual process of refining and amplifying your unique blend to stay relevant and appealing in such a competitive landscape. You will make people remember you like they remember and recognize good brands. It's a good moment to mention one important thing here now. The engagement with your content from the audience is not that important or even necessary, especially at the beginning. Everybody knows that impressions are much more valuable than likes and comments. Because the latter will most probably come from your friends and colleagues, while a job or project opportunity may come from somebody who just saw your post, got all the necessary information about your unique proposal, and either passed this information to somebody else or DM'd you themselves with an offer or proposal, or just DM'd you to get to know you better. And you never know what opportunities can come from this connection. Think of your online presence as of a TV or YouTube ads. Again, my advertising experience kicking in here. So nobody clicks like on a TV ad, right? And nobody leaves comments under them or under a poster in the streets, right? Moreover, on YouTube, we can even skip ads after the first 30 seconds or even the first 5 seconds. And these couple of seconds are already completely enough for you to swallow what the advertisers wanted you to swallow. Job done. So I highly recommend that you see your, when you put your content out there, just think about it as if you're just giving it away and you're presenting yourself. Don't expect anything back. Don't expect like a lot of followers and comments. It's really irrelevant. Basically, you're building your kind of online portfolio in different places. Also remember that there is only one you, and you can't possibly take 100 offers. So all you need is like 1, 2, 3 interesting collaborations from time to time, one job offer, hopefully for some time, one freelance offer here and there, one speaking opportunity or interview in a month. No need for more, as it will stretch your capacity and you will have to reject amazing opportunities, which is obviously something that you don't want to be doing. And most importantly, is to actively promote each and every of such collaborations and tie them tightly to your brand values. I'm a firm believer of this. Investment in yourself is the best investment. This is one of this one is for some of us who are concerned if the time and money invested in a personal brand are worth it. By dedicating time and resources to a personal brand, you're essentially investing in your own growth, visibility, and long-term success. It becomes a powerful tool that not only opens up new opportunities, but also solidifies your identity in the professional landscape. Just like any valuable asset, the returns of this investment may not be immediate, but over time it might open doors you didn't know existed. Moreover, the acquired skills and the self-awareness that you've cultivated during the personal branding process are transferable and timeless. They contribute not only to your current endeavors, but also lay the foundation for a resilient and adaptable professional journey. The investment in your personal brand is an investment in your narrative, your unique value proposition, and your journey towards success. It's basically a commitment to stand out in a crowded space and it's showcasing the best version of yourself. Personal brand is also a full complexity of your professional personality. It's about feeling inspired and breaking free from anything holding you back. Personal brand can motivate and energize, like you unlock the hidden potential within you. As you dive deeper into personal branding, it's not just about how others see you, it's a journey of self discovery, first of all. You'll get to know yourself better and realize the power you hold to create a story that reflects your true essence. This way, your personal brand can be the source of your motivation and energy that will keep you going, doing, and creating. So, what to do, where to start, and what
That was gonna be my question because this sounds amazing.
enough
But
of the
now what do we
introduction.
do?
Yeah, so what do we do? First of all, take some time to reflect on yourself, on your values, passions, skills, unique qualities. Think about what really matters to you, the things you love doing, what you are good at, and what makes you unique. This self reflection isn't just about knowing yourself, it's about celebrating what makes you special. When you understand your values, what you are passionate about, your skills, and what sets you apart, you're building the foundation for a personal brand that is truly you. Your values guide you, your passions drive you, your skills are your tools, and your unique mix of qualities is what makes you stand out. This self awareness is the first step to create a personal brand that fits who you really are. Second, write down a short brand statement. Think about how would you describe yourself just in a few words. Write down who you are, what you do, and why it's valuable. Keep it short and real. What is your main superpower? This is like your quick intro telling people what makes you special. It's not just about your job, it's about how you make a difference. This short statement is like your professional handshake, if you will, leaving a strong impression. Take a moment to put your uniqueness into a few sentences that very importantly feel true to you. And again, very important is to make it happen step by step. It is very easy to get overwhelmed and demotivated by the basically mountain of work that is building your own brand. So start small. Think about the little things you can do every day to make your personal brand shine. It could be as simple as sharing something you're good at with others or showing appreciation for your colleagues. These small efforts may seem tiny, but they add up over time, building a strong and positive image. And just remember that every small action counts, and it's these everyday efforts that create a big impact over time. So be patient, be kind to yourself, and take that first small step today and watch how it adds up to something amazing over time. And overnight success, never happens overnight. Find some inspiration. Think about someone whose content you really enjoy. It could be a person, a brand, or even a friend. Take a moment to figure out what exactly you like about their style. Is it their positive vibe, their creativity, or maybe how they connect with others? Once you've got that, it's time to add your own twist to it. Try to recreate that feel good factor in your own way, adding your unique touch. This isn't about copying, it's about more like finding inspiration and making it yours. So, still like an artist, right? We all remember. So, go ahead, find your muse, understand what clicks for you, and let it inspire your own unique style. Very important is to trust your gut. Deep down, you know who you are and what you want to become. Your instincts are like your personal compass, pointing you in the right direction. Listen to that inner voice telling you what feels right and true to you. It's your unique guide, and only you have the map to your own journey. Sometimes others may give advice, but remember you're the captain of your ship, and trust this gut feeling, believe in your path, and steer towards the incredible person you want yourself to become. Yeah, healing your traumas. Yeah, it's easier said than done. I understand that. At the same time, it's incredibly essential because it's exactly what will help us avoid the blockage of dreaming big. Um, Healing is a powerful tool to keep your dreams big and bright. If there are any hurts or pains hanging in your past, it's like a wall that can block your way to your dreams and your vision of yourself in the future, let's say in 10 years. Take the time to heal those wounds. And it's not about forgetting, but it's more about freeing yourself from the weight of the past. And healing allows your dreams to flow freely and reach for the stars. So be kind to yourself and mend what needs mending. You deserve the freedom to dream big, unburdened, and unstoppable. Stay flexible. Inner changes might adjust your path, and it's a very good thing. It's like doing some yoga for your plans. Sometimes, as you grow and change on the inside, your path might need a little adjusting, and that's totally okay. It's not about sticking to this one plan no matter what. It's exactly about being open to inner changes that might guide you in a new and even maybe more amazing direction. Think of it as going with the flow of your own growth. So stay flexible, be open to shifts in your journey, and remember it's not a detour, it's just another way to your awesome destination. Embrace the changes and keep moving forward. I think as designers, we are very much used to learning new skills because of the market requirements and because of the competitive environment we're in. So I think it's no news here about developing or improving the skills that you're missing to complete your brand mix. And surely you have to be a pro at everything from the start, right? So take the time to learn and improve. It's like building up your superhero skills one at a time. And we are now talking about building a better version of yourself here. So identify what's missing, grab this learning opportunity, and match your personal brand with and make it match your personal brand, make it more full. And you don't have to break the bank. So there is a treasure trove free online courses ready to teach you anything you want to know. So whether it's coding, design, or public speaking, explore these free resources. Also, it helps to follow. What helps is to follow some of the amazing LinkedIn or Instagram creators. Their posts are usually packed with actionable knowledge and advice. Create visual brand consistency. Your own style plus graphic design toolkit. Imagine your unique hairdo, maybe some signature makeup, a certain style in clothes and accessories combined with your graphic design toolkit. That's the full visual package. It's like giving your brand not just an outfit, but more a personality. So whether you present yourself in photos, videos, or at an event, your personal style becomes a visual stamp. And coupled with an established visual style for your social media posts, your website, you name it, that's your full visual brand consistency. So I have a great example today of a very correct approach, I think, to personal branding. With her permission, of course, I present to you our fellow Floxy, Soraya Soares, who created a very clear picture of what her professional uniqueness is, what she has to offer to the market, and how she does it in her own style. So let's look at her LinkedIn profile. Current position plus mission statement, which is also her unique value market proposition. How many digital designers do you know who are bridging the gap between brand strategy and UX design to deliver the best user experience? Well, I personally know none, except for myself, as I'm also a brand and product designer. That's why when I saw her first post about this topic, I immediately left a comment full of excitement, and I DM'd Suraya as well. Here you go, and a connection is made. A connection with a like-minded professional is established. And yeah, let's see where it takes us. We've already discussed some public speaking opportunities for the future to promote the topic we both believe in. So yeah, let's see. Really looking forward to it though. Let's explore Soraya's personal style and her graphic design toolkit. She clearly established her curly hair plus big glasses thing. Yes, also not just big glasses, not like mine. It's a big glasses with a thin frame. And she's very consistent about it. It's like she's like this all the time in her portraits. Also important is that she shows her face a lot. In the featured section, for example, it shows confidence and it creates trust. Usually, people really try to avoid it because, well, we're shy. Both her for her profile picture and for her post design, Soraya uses her signature purple gradient, which makes her content consistent and recognizable. She also chose a nice trendy font for her post designs, and she uses one composition principle for all her posts. So it's like header, illustration, sometimes subheader, and her name and Instagram handle underneath. Again, it's a sign of confidence and owning and taking responsibility for your content. If somebody decides to follow that Instagram link and check her out there as well, they will find that her avatar confirms her personal style. Again, it's wavy hair, signature glasses, and purple color throughout the posts. Done. Image created. Now everybody knows what Soraya Soares looks like. She posts about the connection between UX design and branding there as well. Plus, she also shares some personal things, like being an introvert, for example. And it immediately becomes more interesting and relatable for people. Same story with the website. Brand consistency, showing herself straight away on the homepage, not in the standard about section. Confidence and an overall positive, calm vibe. I totally adore this approach, the boldness of it. I myself still don't dare to put my face on the homepage on my own website. So yeah, bravo, Soraya, and thank you for letting me use your materials for this presentation. So, a question. Should I continue and do we have still time so I can show you how I solved my own personal branding puzzle, or shall we move to the questions?
Yeah, we still have about 20 minutes, so we can go through your solution and then we can open up to Q&A.
Awesome, then I will continue. So, okay, the puzzle was actually pretty difficult. So, how do I manage to combine all my roles and passions in one digestible public image? Just to refresh your memory, we're talking about my work in tech, combining branding and product design, my past experience as an art director in advertising, public speaking, mentoring, DEI activities, being a visual artist, entrepreneur, mother of 3, keto and yoga lover, and fashionista. Gosh, it's a lot. Okay, we can start with my LinkedIn and see where it takes us. So for LinkedIn, I focus primarily on the sides of me that are to do with my work in tech. I'm starting with my 3 main pillars in the header: design leadership, product design, branding for tech. I'm also mentioning 15 plus years of industry experience together with my mentorship experience. There is also a link to my website, and let's see what we find there. Oh, it's playing, nice. So We see the same header design, but here's it's also moving, exciting. Again, I'm claiming blue as my brand color, like baby blue, I like to call it. And here I'm slightly shifting my areas of expertise, adding, for example, art direction to the mix. And this is a much more suitable place to present this part than LinkedIn, because my portfolio, it's my portfolio website, and I have a lot of art direction projects, so you can immediately find them. Okay. I also show my art project on the website to showcase both sides of me, and the technical and the artistic side. And I want to prove that they can happily coexist. I still need to add mentorship and articles and DEI activities, but hey, as I mentioned before, step by step, work in progress, it will be done soon. In the footer of my website, we see the changing letter A from my logo, representing my very many sites. And we see my Instagram here as well. So what do we see if we follow the link? That was honestly the biggest puzzle for me to solve. Do I merge my artistic account with my lifestyle account? Where and how do I add my startup project to this mix? And the solution was basically to create a so-called umbrella account called I'm Angelina Severino, where I describe myself as multi-passionate. And I mention all the sides of me that I'm going to pursue within this account. It's designer, artist, mentor, feminist, and 3 times mom. I say that I'm a design lead at Gamgee. I'm a founder at Postgres, co-founder of G-Clay Club. And in story highlights, I talk about all kinds of things: yoga, keto, family, traveling, you name it. So full freedom here. And of course, it's also branded with my letters, different letters A and baby blue. Yeah, so there is also a star in my name. It's like a signature element I use everywhere, also on LinkedIn, on Insta, Discord, ADP list, and so on. Here is my artistic Instagram account, which I'm going to be using from now on, because I used to combine everything there, but at some point I had to separate it because I changed and my branding also changed. So it was a very nice, logical process coming from the inside. So now I'm going to be using it primarily as a gallery for my posters from now on. And all the lifestyle content will be moved to my umbrella account. So here, as you can see, I also use my star in the bio, and I also use it in my posters as well, by the way. So I connect all the sides of me with certain visual elements. And from my artistic account, you can also follow the link to my startup, G-Clay Club. And this business is 100% connected with my poster project, because I print my own posters in-house and I send them to my customers. So I learned a lot about printing. I bought the best printers and papers, and I got invited to the respected and well-known community, People of Print, which I also mentioned on Instagram, which branding-wise creates additional trust to my expertise as a co-founder of a professional print house. So that was my story about the power of personal branding. And I hope I was able to demonstrate how much it increases your professional chances, how many new doors it opens, and that it puts you on a path of continuous self-discovery, most importantly. And remember, nothing can stop you if you're true to yourself. And when you're true, most importantly, to what you want yourself to become. So onwards, and thank you for being here today.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, Angelina. I mean, this was definitely a boost of confidence, and I hope and pray that everyone here who's been attending this past 50 minutes is now feeling inspired and reinvigorated and energized from this talk, and is going to start working on their personal branding from tomorrow, if not from today. I can see Marnie's been taking notes throughout the whole session, so that's amazing. And I liked how you treat your own personal branding, or I guess yourself, as a sort of product as well. You're thinking about all the different areas and phases of that product the same way you think about your own personality. Think about your own personality and what you love and are passionate about. So that's really cool to see the sort of like product and person and human can coexist, like what you were saying. That's really cool, and that's definitely something that I've noticed across different branding profiles on Instagram, LinkedIn, you name it. So that's really cool. I also like that you encourage people to take some time to reflect and maybe write down their personal branding, how they perceive themselves. And that's maybe something that I would have liked to see here in the chat. I don't know if anyone's been thinking about that throughout this event. Maybe spend 1 minute to just type in the chat, how do you see yourself? And so maybe we can give you some tips and see how you can improve on that sentence. That could be interesting. Fantastic, Angelina. Thank you so much. Let's open up to Q&A, and obviously round of applause for Soraya as well, who made an appearance in the slides. Soraya, come up on stage. Come on.
I did nothing. All credits to Angelina.
You did everything. I only had to screenshot your work. That was absolutely enough. So you did everything.
Amazing. And it's great to see, usually I'm focused on the speaker and the slides whenever we have these events, and then I kind of go back into the map view, and it's great to see so many people have joined us. All right, let's open up the Q&A. Does anyone have any questions? You can use the emojis at the bottom of your gather to just put your hand up like that, and I'll call out your name, or you can type them in the chat. All right, Emma's got a question. Off you go.
Hi, Angelina.
Hi, Emma.
I'm a professional astrologer, and I have I've been given advice to include it in my resume and include it on my website, and from other people say, oh my gosh, take that off. It's very polarizing. I just wanted to get your feedback on that. Because sorry to interrupt, because I find that it is an asset. It actually helps me a great deal understanding people. I have an evolutionary astrology background. It isn't the kind that you see in the newspaper. It's psychological. It's very deep. So I think it's a big part of who I am, and I'm not sure if I should keep that aside. Please tell me.
You see, again, somebody like an amazing person, amazing professional wants to hide something that is actually a very important part of you, and it absolutely makes you who you are. And by how our society is shaped at the moment, I hope it's changing. It is forcing you to cut this important part out of your story. Yeah, so absolutely include it. Just of course find the way how to weave it in your narrative, right? How to create this one compelling story that makes sense. You just mentioned that it's a lot about psychology, about understanding people. Say that. That is what's important to mention, because excuse me, a lot of talking. Yeah, so absolutely included. Just of course, we all want to be seen as professionals, and just find the language, find the clear logical connections between astrology and your work, and how it positively affects your professionalism, basically, how it makes you even more of a professional.
I like what Heather is saying as well. She says the clients who don't choose you because of your astrology background are not the clients for you. That's so very true. You also have to align with the right people around you, and that's something that can happen with personal branding what going back to what Angelina was saying, you have to know your audience the same way that you have to know the people you want to have around you. I have this like concept of well, it's not, I didn't invent it, I've heard it somewhere and I made it myself. I made it my own, but there's kind of like people that you get energized by being around them, and like inspired and energized by, and then you have these sort of like emotional vampires, people that I call, that drain the energy out of you. And those are the situations where I find myself to kind of like restrain who I am. And those are the situations where I also decided that that wasn't going to be the case anymore, and I was going to fight against that, or just like surround myself by people that energize me, instead of like those emotional vampires that just sucks the energy out of you.
Absolutely. And I would also add, Emma, if somebody doesn't like what you're saying online about yourself, it only means these are not your people. And it's never gonna happen anyways, you see? Even if you hide this part of yourself, it's in you.
Yeah.
And it will present itself at some point, right?
Yeah.
So what is the point to hide it? Better put it on the table, make it your own, and show it as a huge advantage to what you're doing.
And in fact, now I'm very intrigued. So after this event, I'm just gonna tell you my star sign, and you can we can have a chat.
It doesn't focus on the sun. It focuses on Pluto. It's very much different than normal astrology.
But there you go.
Yeah, cool.
You're gonna teach me all about it.
Look at my website.
Amazing.
Thank you for that validation. I appreciate that,
Angelina. Of course, my pleasure.
And thank you for the question, Emma. And I see Ashley has taken up my suggestion of just writing down in the chat what her personal branding might be. So she says, me, in short, I'm a creatively curious, cat-loving, empathetic, artistic, quietly confident, and organized within reason person. I love cinema music that stirs deep emotions within me, and have a fascination with Wicca, always being drawn to the dark side. So that's amazing. There's a lot going on there. And I often associate like creativity or just like all this kind of mix of emotions and feelings to cooking as well. So as I was reading that, I just imagine this big pot with lots of ingredients and a beautiful scent coming out of the cauldron. Maybe that's the Wicca. Maybe you put that thought in my head. But it's so great, to see all the different aspects of who you are, and think of yourselves as diamonds, with all those different shiny faces coming from a little tiny piece of carbon. Yeah, it's so cool. Angelina, do you have any comments in regards to that little brand sentence that Ashley has been sharing with us?
Yeah, like the only thing that it's not specifically to Ashley, but like in general, it's very important to, again, what I mentioned to Emma, is to create these logical connections at some point, right? So first, when you just write down your thoughts of who you are, like exploring yourself, but then it's important to translate these connections like in different ways. Like, for example, how I was connecting my multiple Instagram accounts, right? So they create certain logic that interlinks my hobbies with my professional activities. Everything needs to make sense, because of course, like you can also imagine, right? Imagine now people all of a sudden start to flood LinkedIn with their hobbies, like, and with everything they like to do, and it will be a mess, I promise it to you. And it's not what we're talking about today. It's really, everything is about in terms of personal branding, it's about creating this compelling story. Why astrology is great for your work, Emma? Why? Because psychology, understanding people, right? Why such passion for, let's say, fusion cuisine? Because I combine all kinds of styles in my work or my art, right? These connections are essential, because otherwise it's going to be, let's say, another Instagram account posting all kinds of things about this person or any person, and nobody follows you, nobody is interested, because there is no story. There is like some kind of element of randomness. So to avoid that, create the narrative.
Yeah, people need to relate to who you are as well. They need to get to know you to build that trust. I see there's a little hand up. Millie? Millie, are you here? Do you have a question? You can type it in the chat as well if you're struggling with the mic. But as Millie figures that out, I have a question here from the chat from the people watching on YouTube and LinkedIn. So here's a question from Reem. Do you have any tips to stand out to hiring managers and making them respond to you?
No. No, of course not. There are no tips. The only way is to, I will be repeating myself, I think, a lot, is to create the story that is truly about you and keep presenting it to the world. Because, well, how do you stand out to a hiring manager? How do you know what they really want at the moment? You know, sometimes it happened to me a couple of times that I was recommended by a hiring manager to a CEO of some company while I was like looking for a side project or something like that. And this hiring manager thought it was like a perfect match. And then I meet this CEO and he meets me and we chat and we understand, no, it's not a match, you know? So you never know where this match is going to come from, because sometimes even the hiring manager is convinced that it's a match and then it's not a match. And then again, I just felt when I clearly remember the story. When I met this person, the CEO, I just absolutely understood that we have different values. And he was everything about money. I am, of course, about money, but mostly about impact and making the world a better place. And yeah, that is all. In this conversation, we just understood that no, I will not be doing whatever he wants me to do to, increase his profit. That is all. So yeah, there is no way, there are no tips to stand out for some random hiring manager. It's like I hear the stories how people tailor their CVs and even websites to apply for a certain job position. It's like, I don't know, I feel that it's absolutely mad. Like basically for this specific case, you will change your story, you know, like you will change your set of skills, you will change who you are. That's not fine. I don't think it's fine.
I think you're really spot on there. Like values are so important, and I feel like you keep on doing your personal branding even as you speak, because I can see like you're connecting the dots even as you're just like presenting your thoughts. It goes back into being surrounded by the people that resonate with you, and you also resonate with them. It's just like your crowd, your audience.
Absolutely.
100%. Right. Another question here. What do you wish you knew before you started in design?
I wish I knew stuff. Yeah, it's and tough and unfair at times, and you feel frustrated a lot with your work, especially at the beginning, you know, when you have to like first build yourself, build your skill set, build your presence in the professional world. Yeah, it's a lot of monotonous work sometimes, and I hope AI will take over at some point, you know, really, because I kind of don't see it yet, in all honesty. Don't see it doing a great job, but I really actually hope that it will in the future, because the amount of monotonous, useless work I have done in my life, yeah, I think it kind of trains you, right? Like you become like a real soldier. But yeah, I'm not sure I needed it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I wish I knew it's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, hopefully AI and no code are going to look after all the mundane tasks we have to do today. One more question, I think we have from Smriti on YouTube. When I try finding my unique values, I really get many of them, but I struggle in weaving them together to create a story. Do you have a tool that can help?
So I basically had like a very simple method, because I think like how it happened that actually my skills and hobbies and passions are already a little bit interconnected. So I just basically wrote it all down, and I created, like, I interlinked them to understand what can be connected to what and why. And basically it's this answering this question, why actually I like it. And then you will see that, like, I don't know, my passion for fashion is to do with my, of course, love for design and aesthetics, obviously, right? So it is connected. I don't have to prove on my Instagram account, for example, I don't have to prove that my highlight called style, why it has a place on this account. It's clear already. I don't have to even prove it. So yeah, I think people are actually deep down are pretty well structured. I don't think that you will find something that will stick out so much that it's absolutely not matching, let's say, the rest of you. So it's all about writing it all down. It's a simple tool. Writing it all down, interlinking, interconnecting, understanding what's coming from what. And actually, sometimes if you have something that is absolutely like, I don't know, I love, I don't know, space cowboys, I don't know, whatever. Then, like in good branding, some unexpected elements can add a special twist, like, don't explain it. I like space cowboys. That's you go figure it out why I like it. I like it. Yes, that's who I am.
Nice. Smriti, you are the tool, as well. Like, you need to make that change happen.
Yeah,
And if you
trust your
struggle with that, you have an amazing like group of people here that would be very happy to connect with you and help you out. Yeah.
absolutely.
And I see Soraya commented in the chat as well. She uses the brand essence framework and also ask people what they think of you and how they would describe you. That's really nice. That's really powerful as well.
And
Yeah.
very brave. Very brave.
Very
Yeah.
brave
I'm not
indeed.
sure I would ask people what they think of me.
Expect the unexpected, because sometimes you do not know.
Yeah.
It's really cool, but that's it's we can connect with so many things, drawings and illustrators when they draw and then they flip the image to the other side to make sure that they see all the maybe the flaws that they wouldn't have seen if they just kept on looking at the same image, just on a different rotation. Is the same way, just like you need to twist things, turn them around, see where the flaws are, see what can be improved, and that's a process that we do throughout our lives anyway with ourselves. So it's really cool that you can apply that to your own identity and then productize it, turn it into a brand and show it to the world.
Productize it. Wow.
Yeah, I just made the word up,
Yeah, write it down.
multifaceted artist. Anyway, and with that being said, I hope everyone here enjoyed this event today. We surely did. Angelina, thank you so much again. I hope you had fun. People that are watching us on social media, if you like the event, you can do one thing to support our community: like and subscribe, share the words, invite more women to join us. And people here at Floxies, it's always such a pleasure to have you and meet you every week. And most importantly, to be walking this journey with you all. So I will see you next week. Angelina, thank you again. I will see you online. I will be spying on your branding and taking some inspiration. And with everyone else, I will see you on Discord.
Awesome.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
You too.